Bobstock Park here in Ballybunion for the Kerry Championship semi-final between Ballydonoghue and Ballyduff, the Battle of the Bees. The Ballyduff team, as you look at it there, in goals Padraig Harrington, full back line Ben Tobin, Paul O'Carroll and Patrick Moran. The half back line Anthony O'Carroll, the captain, Cathal Carney and Daniel O'Carroll, misprint on the programme. Midfield Pod Costello and Jack O'Sullivan. The half forward line Philip Lucid, Jack Goulding and Johnny Regan. The full forward line Mikey Boyle, and wearing number 30 is Mikey O'Halloran. Sean Costello doesn't play. Number 15 is Padraig Boyle. The subs Michael Hussey, Padraig Statry, Thomas Statry, Chris White, Dara Goulding, Maurice Dowling, Owen Ross, John Paul Leahy, Padraig Hussey, Darren O'Connor, Sean Brown, Aidan Boyd, Barry O'Grady, TJ Brown, Mikey O'Halloran, who now plays, and Liam Boyle. The management John Paul Leahy, trainer Oliver Coffey, and selectors Jack Harrington and Tomas O'Sullivan. The Ballydonoghue team. In goals Darragh O'Shea, full back line Billy Foley, Jason Foley and Conor Kennelly. The half back line Tommy Kennelly, Micheál Foley, Jack Gogarty. Midfield Martin O'Mahony, Brian O'Shannacoin. The half forward line Jim Crimmin, Dara Sheehy, Jack Behan. Full forward line Jack Foley, Paul Kennelly and Eamon Walsh the captain. The subs Darren O'Connor, Padraig Enright, Danny Power, Kevin O'Donnell, Stephen Foley, Dermot Behan, Declan Behan, Darren Gogarty, Micheál Gogarty, Padraig Lyons, Brian Mason, John Enright, Joseph Lynch, Garrod Kissan and TJ Dowling. The management John O'Carroll, Mark Griffin, Stephen O'Carroll and Martin Sheehy. That's the two teams that will do battle here in Ballybunion. We'll be back with the game in a few minutes' time. Out here in the middle of the field in the Bobstar Park here in Ballybunion is referee Peter Cotton from Brosna, with the Ballydonoghue captain Eamon Walsh, who seems to have won the toss and shakes hands with the Ballyduff captain Anthony O'Carroll. A cold but dry sunny day here in Ballybunion, and a slight breeze maybe blowing down to our left as we look out on the field. Looking at the Ballydonoghue team and Peter Cotton going up to maybe get the game moving. It was delayed for 5 minutes because of traffic coming in and a big crowd. We are here amongst them at the side of the stand. Tim O'Connor on camera, me Robert Bunyan bringing you the commentary, doing our best without action replay, without monitors, without assistance, to bring you this DVD of Ballydonoghue and Ballyduff, the Battle of the Bees. It's only the ferry bridge to divide them, and the River Cashin, friends and relatives on either side. But for the next hour or so, it's a game of football, and all friends and relations will be forgotten and hopefully resumed when the game is over. We hope for a good game. Ballyduff and Ballydonoghue in the semi-final this year and in the final last year. So who today, if it's not a draw, will be in the final against St. Senans? The next hour or so will tell a lot. Ballydonoghue would appear to be playing with the slight breeze in the first half. The sun at our back. As I say, a huge crowd here in Ballybunion. There's referee Peter Curtin about to get the game going. Out in the middle of the field for Ballydonoghue would be Martin O'Mahony and Brian O'Shannacoin. Midfield for Ballyduff would be Paul Costello and Jack O'Sullivan. Any moment now, we'll be underway. A bitterly cold day, but dry. Ideal for football in a beautiful pitch. Full compliments to the Beal Club for all their help in assisting us when we came here earlier today. Peter Curtin. Coming up now is Paul Costello and Jack O'Sullivan. Four very good players out there in the middle of the field. Peter looking down to his umpires. Everything ready. And Peter throws in the ball and the game is on. Brian O'Shannacoin gets the break. Kicked it down the field. And it might come to Paul Kennelly. Paul Kennelly flicks it to Jack Foley, but it's got by Patrick Moran. Patrick Moran. Coming out the field. Letting it out to Padraig Boyle. Padraig Boyle kicks it low towards Mikey Boyle. Mikey Boyle and Jason Foley. He's picked it off the ground. Free out to Ballydonoghue. Quickly taken to Jack Gogarty, to Martin O'Mahony, to Mitch Foley. Mitch crossing the middle of the field. Rolling ahead of him is Dara Sheehy. Nice pass from Micheál Foley. It goes down to Eamon Walsh. Eamon slips. Goes over his head. The ball goes back to Paul O'Carroll. Paul O'Carroll fouled free. Or the referee said play on. A ball with Thomas Latry. Out the field now. Out into the middle of the field. Ballyduff come away from it. Come away with the ball. Anthony O'Carroll, the captain. Padraig Boyle. Jason Foley out before Mikey Boyle. Over on the far side with the ball is Tommy Kennelly. Tommy Kennelly into the middle to Brian O'Shannacon. Just about a minute gone in this game. Free to Ballydonoghue. Peter Curtin, the referee, played in the semi-final against Ballydonoghue. Paul Kennedy with the ball, a good shot towards the goals, and that's the first score of the game after about 1 minute of play by Paul Kennedy. Ballydonoghue are playing with maybe a slight breeze as Padraig Harrington prepares to take the kick out. Wishing Padraig well. Got married last Saturday week to Grania Frizzell. Padraig, who was in goals in 2005 when Ballyduff won the North Kerry Championship, then won it again in 2006. Away over to the far side of the field, up they go for it. Martin O'Mahony punches it down. Comes to Jack Foley. Jack Foley back to Brian O'Shannacon. Brian O'Shannacon, a dangerous ball in Jim Cremen. Jim has a chance of a goal. Jim, and they're gone out for a 50. Padraig Harrington came out on that ball. They're both down injured there. A half chance of a goal for Ballydonoghue, as Jim Cremen is down injured, and maybe so too is Padraig Harrington, who came out bravely on that ball. 1 point and no score, 2 minutes gone. Padraig Harrington is okay after that injury. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes will be added on. Good to see Padraig up about after that brave save, as Tommy Kennedy will take the 45. 1 point and no score. The point scored by his brother Paul. Tommy might be kicking into the slight breeze now, which maybe is changing. He comes up with a kick. It's going to the left. It's kept in play, and it comes back to Paul Kennelly. Paul takes a shot, and Paul sends it over the bar at the second point. Out of the pass from Jim, or from Jack Behan. 2 points and no score. 7 minutes gone, but of course maybe 3 of those there was an injury to Padraig Harrington, who will be taking this kick out. Father Jack is a selector with Ballyduff and has given terrific service to the GAA, not only in Ballyduff but around the county as well. Padraig, maybe the sun shining in his eyes down there at his tower back as Padraig kicks it out into the middle of the field. Up there right for Jim Cremen, going for it, the ball breaks down. Got by Daniel O'Carroll. That's number 17, it's Thomas Latry. Going way back there for the ball is Mikey Boy, or Ballyduff, is it number 3? Number 3 is Paul O'Carroll. Paul O'Carroll. Ballyduff come away with it now. Ball kicked out. It might come. Tommy Kennedy got in, but it's got by Philip Lucid. Ballyduff still tussling away for it. Paul Kennedy might get it. Paul tackled by Paul Costello. Gets it back to Martin O'Mahony. Martin O'Mahony to Brian O'Shannacon. Making progress. Passing out Paul O'Carroll. Brian O'Shannacon over to Dara Sheehy. Dara still with the ball. Inside the 45. Kicks it across into the middle. It might come. Number 18 for Ballyduff is Thomas Latry. That's it out to Paul Costello. Paul looking into the sun. Then number 30 is Mikey O'Halloran. Kicks it away out over to the far side. And the ball is kicked in high. It's got in. Padraig Boyle has a chance, but covering off Jason Foley. Jason might get it. Jason gets it out a little bit. Micheál Foley running through with Jack Goulding. Coming over very close to the sideline. And it's gone over the sideline. Line ball to Ballydonoghue. Kicked by Mitch Foley. Towards Jack Behan. Jack going with the ball, being tackled. Jack still with the ball. He's gone out over the side. Or I see he's not. It's picked up by Paul O'Carroll. Back to Paul Costello. Paul picked it away over to the far side of the ball now. With the ball with Jack O'Sullivan to Podge Boyle. Podge Boyle kicks it across towards Mikey Boyle, but Jason Foley might win that race. He does. Tackled by Mikey Boyle, gets it back to Dara O'Shea. Garrett coming over the ball. looking somebody to give it away over there on the far side is Jim Cremin, or it's Jim Cremin, yeah. Jim has been tackled, Jim has been fouled, the referee has his hand up, advantage being played. Dara Sheehy, play runs on to Eamon Walsh, been placed by Paul O'Connell, gets it into Paul Kennelly. Paul, that's like a fair shoulder, play goes on, back to Eamon Walsh. Eamon still making progress, good chance for Eamon Walsh. He hits the post and comes back. Donny Regan had it now for Ballyduff. Break out the field with Pod Costello, back to Podge Boyle, away down from the goals to Paul O'Connell. The ball kicked down again, and back there is Billy Foley. Ball kicked down by Anthony O'Carroll there. Mitch Foley getting the ball from Jack Gogarty. Mitch crossing the middle of the field. 10 minutes gone in this game. Ballydonoghue 2 points. Ballyduff no score. Mitch Foley still going. Great run by Mitch Foley. Will he finish with a point? And he does. That was a good run from his own half of the field. Ballydonoghue 3 points. 10 minutes gone. Ballyduff yet to score. As Patrick Harrington take the kick out.
On Jack Bogart there. On Jack.
Patrick placing it carefully. In a dry but bitterly cold sunny day here in Ballybunion. Well cut by well cut by number 9, Jack O'Sullivan. Back to Pod Costello. Pod on the ball a lot since the start of this game, and it's only 11 minutes old. Pod Costello. Outside him here is Ben Tobin to Philip Lucid to Jack O'Sullivan. Looking towards the goal, the chance for Ballyduff. First score, that's a great kick by Jack O'Sullivan, and that is over the bar. Great point by Jack O'Sullivan. Ballyduff's first score, 3 points for Ballydonoghue. As we look across at the scoreboard, 1 for Ballyduff. Jack O'Sullivan the scorer there. Kick out by Dara O'Shea. Dara kicks it high into the middle of the field. Martin O'Mahony goes up for it. Well cut by Martin O'Mahony. Kicks it quickly down the field to Jim Cremin. Jim, a chance to make progress, heading for the 45, being chased by Daniel O'Carroll. Still Jim Cremin, still Jim going, tackled, gets it back to Jack Foley. Jack a chance of a point, left footed, and it is over the bar. Jack Foley the scorer. 4 points for Ballydonoghue. 12 minutes gone, 1 point for Ballyduff. Maybe Ballydonoghue are playing with that breeze. If we look at the flags, it can be swirling at times, but maybe looking at those kicks, the wind might be in their favour. Patrick Harrington with the cap to keep the sun out of his eyes. Patrick. No shot kick out, kicks it long into the middle of the field. Brian O'Shanaghan goes up for it, and Tommy Kennelly, the ball breaks, might come to Dara Sheehy. Nicely back to Martin O'Mahony. Martin with the ball, gives it away to Dara Sheehy. Dara still holding the ball, looking for somebody to pass it to. Still with the ball. Very skillfully done by Dara Sheehy, right across. It might beat, or does it? It's still in play. Free to Ballyduff. Jack Gogarty didn't make it to the sideline there. Free to Ballyduff. "13 minutes gone. Pod Costello just outside his own 45. Pod Costello kicks it back to Jack O'Sullivan. Jack Foley coming behind him. Jack still has got it, back to Pod Costello. Making progress, crossing the middle of the field. Pod Costello down towards Jack Golding being chased by Conor Kennelly, and Conor Kennelly wins that ball, gets it back to Billy Foley, back to Dara O'Shea. Oh, Jason Foley might get there, saving Ballydonoghue there, and the referee decided to free out for a foul on Dara O'Shea. Ballydonoghue got away with that one, nearly went wrong. Easy to see it from here. Dar O'Shea take the free. Will kick it out to the far side. Over there's Conor Kennelly. Conor going down the field. Jim Clement is outside him. Jim in front of the scoreboard. Jim has got the ball. Gives it back to Conor Kennelly. And it looked very tough claiming that ball was thrown. Couldn't be sure from here. Jim Clement and Conor Kennelly, they're still in the same position. Now it's moved down the field, and that's a free to Jack Behan. The ball is kicked quickly to Paul Kennelly. Paul Kennelly faced by Thomas Latchley. Paul takes his shot, and this is going to go wide. 15 minutes gone. That's Ballydonoghue's first wide, maybe the first wide of the game in total. 15 minutes gone as Padraig Harrington prepares to take the kick out. 4 points for Ballydonoghue, 1 for Ballyduff. Jack O'Sullivan's Ballyduff scorer. For Ballydonoghue, Mitch Foley and Jack Foley, 1 each, and Paul Kennelly got 2 with Padraig Harrington. Take the kick out. Again, he's going to kick it long, maybe to the side of the field. Jack O'Sullivan and Martin O'Mahony might go up for that, and it's well won by Jack O'Sullivan. Martin O'Mahony won the last high ball. Jack O'Sullivan won this. 2 good midfield. Paul Costello forward inside the 45, heading for 30, being chased by Dara Sheehy. Paul Costello still going in. Chance for Paul now. Gives it back to Ota. A hard tackle on Mikey Boyle, but the play goes on, and it's gone over the bar. Number 10 for Ballyduff, Philip Lucid. Fair shoulder, the referee said there, and Mikey Boyle, but the ball broke to Philip Lucid, and Ballyduff for creeping back into this game after 16 minutes. 4 points for Ballydonoghue, 2 for Ballyduff. Kick out by Dar O'Shea as Peter Curtin goes down to his umpire. Something to tell him. We'll see. Looked like he was having a word with Conor Kennelly. Anyway, Dara O'Shea will take the kick out. 4 points to 2. 17 minutes gone. Dara kicks it high into the middle of the field. Martin Mahoney is coming for it, and Martin Mahoney wins it. Tackled and fouled by Jack O'Sullivan. Leaves it there for Jack O'Garty. Jack looking for somebody to kick it to. Jack kicked it down. Will Jack Behan get it? Very close to the sideline. It's gone off. Ben Tobin, line ball to Ballydonoghue. Kicked in quickly. Paul Kennelly. Paul, can he control it? Paul Kennelly. Way down there, and it's still in play. It comes back to Jim Crimmin. Or Tommy Kennelly. Tommy fouled. A free. And Peter Curtin decides to bring the ball forward there as the quick free was prevented. A chance for Paul Kennelly to get his 3rd point of the game. 17 minutes gone. He's already scored 2. This is about 35 metres out on the left. It's already got 2. Takes the kick now. It's a good one, and it's straight over the bar by Paul Kennelly. Ballydonoghue 5. Ballyduff 2 points. 18 minutes gone. 3 of those might have been for the injury to Padraig Harrington, so we'll probably have 3 minutes at a time at the end of the first half or thereabouts. Padraig Harrington kicks a shot this time to Paul O'Carroll. First shot kick out in this game. Paul O'Carroll to Anthony O'Carroll. Back to Paul. The ball now. Anthony O'Carroll. And across midfield. And number 30 is Mikey O'Halloran. Mikey O'Halloran will kick it in. Towards Jack Golding and Conor Kennelly. Jack Golding wins this ball. Jack Golding being tackled by Conor Kennelly. Jack gets away, a chance of a point, and that's a very good score by Jack Golding. After 19 minutes of play, Jack Golding. 5 points for Ballydonoghue, 3 for Ballyduff in a good open game of football played in a sporting manner here in Bobstack Park. Second quick kick out of the game. Billy Foley knocked away by Mikey Boyle, but pumps to Brian O'Shanachine. Brian, long ball down towards Eamon Walsh, and it just comes to Eamon Walsh. Might have fallen away there from Daniel O'Carroll. Foul on Eamon Walsh. Peter Curtin keeping good control of this game. Ball kicked into the middle by Jim Crimmin to Martin O'Mahony. Martin will let it go along. Paul Kennedy chasing it, but the sideline might get there before him. Or will it? It's gone out over the sideline. Line ball to Ballydonoghue. Maybe on the 14-metre line away down there beyond the stand. Kicked in towards the goals. Might have been Paul Kennedy, took it. But Ballyduff come away with it. Paul Costello. Ball's kicked out to the far side of the field. Ballyduff are breaking now. 20 a row. Mikey O'Halloran gives it out to Jack O'Sullivan. Jack O'Sullivan inside the 45. Jack looks towards the goals. Takes a shot. Might be from Podge Boyle. Podge with a chance of a score. Left, right. And now about to shoot, and didn't quite get it. The referee brings it back for a foul. Foul on Podge Boyle, a chance for Ballyduff to narrow the gap to 1 point.
Go back on the line.
Free to be taken by Mikey Boyle. 20 minutes gone. Should be 5 points to 4 if Mikey tips this over the bar, and that's what he does. 5 points to 4. Yeah. 21 minutes gone. 5 points to 4. Mikey Boyle, Jack Golding, Jack O'Sullivan. I've got some of the scores for Ballyduff as the ball is kicked out on the far side of the field. Still tussling over there for it. Ballyduff adds a free to Ballydonoghue. Free. And Billy Foley tips it up to Tommy Minor Shanachon. Now will take the free. Brian Ballydonoghue played wide to Jack Foley. Jack going after that one, being chased by Patrick Borden. Well won by Patrick Borden. Fouled, free out to Ballyduff. Ballyduff have come into this game a lot in the last few minutes. The ball into the middle to Anthony O'Carroll, the captain. Back to Pod Costello. Pod will cross the middle of the field, making progress. Is Pod Costello still with the ball? Has played quite an amount of it since this game started to Podge Boyle. Podge Boyle to Jack O'Sullivan. Jack, who got a very good point. To Jack O'Sullivan, but he does first point. The ball now with Anthony O'Carroll. Anthony O'Carroll to Philip Lucid. Philip Lucid to Jack Goulding. Jack also got a point. Jack still play goes on. Johnny Regan pushes it across the goals, but it might come to Darragh O'Shea. Chance for Ballyduff there, gone astray. Got out by Darragh O'Shea to Jim Crimmin to Darragh Sheehy, but the ball is intercepted by Paul O'Carroll. I'll say Ballyduff well in this game right now to Mikey Boyle. Mikey Boyle takes a left-footed shot, but it might come to Darragh O'Shea. It does. Well, for Ballydonoghue there, Ballyduff had a chance, or maybe 2 chances. They didn't get anything from that, and Ballydonoghue will break now with Eamon Walsh. Eamon the captain, nice dummy, but the ball runs away from him, but it might be picked up by Mitch Foley. It is. Mitch Foley crossing the middle of the field. 23 minutes gone. 5 points for Ballyduff, 4 for Ballydonoghue, and Hall kicks it in high. Might come to Paul Kennedy. It does. Paul has got it. And no, it hasn't. It had crossed the line. Ballydonoghue second wide. 5 points to 4. 23 minutes gone. Patrick Harrington recovered happily from that knock earlier on when he made a great save from Jim Clemmen. Still all to play for. Only 1 point between the sides. As we wait for Patrick Harrington to take the kick out. Patrick takes his time. Kicks it out. Into the middle of the field. Up they go for it. Got by Darragh Sheehy. Darragh Sheehy to Jack Foley. Jack faced by Patrick Borden. Jack has gone inside. Jack is pulled back and it's a free in. Free in to Ballydonoghue. A chance for Paul Kennedy. As we wait for Paul to take the free, we say hello to Roger Cassan and Richard McElligott in Oregon, the USA. To Elaine, John and Mark in Melbourne. To Ger Mason in New York. Hope when you watch this DVD you'll enjoy it. Morning time, maybe over there early morning. They're in bed in Australia as Paul Kennedy is about maybe to get his 4th point of this game, and he does. Ballydonoghue 6, Ballyduff 4. 24 minutes gone. Paul has scored 4. Jack Foley has got 1, and Mihal Foley has got 1 of the Ballydonoghue scorers. As Padraig Harrington prepares to kick it out again. Anybody's game. A goal could be a big factor in a game like this. But things are tight. Ballydonoghue get the break from Dara Sheehy. Comes to Brian O'Shannon, tips it to Martin O'Mahony. Martin O'Mahony to Tommy Kennelly. Tommy making progress inside the 45. Looking towards the goals. Takes a shot. And that is a great score by Tommy Kennelly. Tommy Kennelly after 25 minutes. Ballydonoghue lead by 3. That's Padraig Harrington, who has kicked out a lot of ball since this game started, despite his injury. Will he kick it long? He does. Into the middle of the field. Jack O'Sullivan and Martin O'Mahony. The ball breaks. Martin O'Mahony knocks it down. Brian O'Shannon didn't quite get that ball. The ball goes to Pod Costello. Play goes on. Ball with Anthony O'Carroll. Anthony back to the cross. The ball with Padraig Boyle. Might have been fouled. He is fouled. Referee had his hand up. So a free to Ballyduff. Padraig Boyle outside the 45. Out here on his own is Ben Tobin. Ben now with a chance to Philip Lucid. Left footed. He's already scored 1, and is that 2? It is for Philip Lucid. Ballyduff staying in touch. 7 points for Ballydonoghue, 5 for Ballyduff. 26 minutes gone as Dara O'Shea prepares to take the kick out. Way out on the far side of the field, up they go for it. The ball might go way down the field, and it comes to Daniel O'Carroll. I know he leaves it to Pod Costello. Pod Costello will kick it in quick to Jack Golding. Jack Golding leaves it behind him, and Conor Kennelly picks it up. Conor Kennelly lets it out to Dara Sheehy. Dara goes for a long ball. It might come to Jack Foley. Jack Foley being faced by Patrick Morden, and Patrick Morden wins that ball again. Patrick Morden is fouled. The free out. Free out, Ballyduff kick it quickly. Anthony O'Carroll's got the ball now. Anthony crossing the 45 metre line, heading for the middle of the field. Passes it over to Thomas Satry. Or Mikey O'Halloran. Mikey O'Halloran wearing number 30. And the ball into Johnny Regan. Into Jack Golding. Jack Golding looks towards the post, and it's well blocked down by over there by Tommy Kennelly, and the ball comes to Jack O'Garty. Jack looking out the field, nobody out here at the moment to take a pass from him. Gives it back to Eamon Walsh, to Brian O'Shannon, to Jim Crimmin, to Eamon Walsh, nice dummy again, making progress to Jim Crimmin, but it's gone too far, and Ballyduff break it up. Free out. Free out, a foul, and maybe Jim Crimmin will get a yellow card for that tackle on Thomas Latry. First yellow card of the game maybe for Jim Crimmin. 29 minutes gone. Ballydonoghue 7. Ballyduff 5, and that was a yellow card for Jim Crimmin. Hey, Peter Curtin keeping good control of this game. The free taken by Pod Costello. Pod to Jack O'Sullivan. Jack on the middle of the field. Jack making progress again, being chased by Martin O'Mahony. Gives it back to Philip Lucid. Philip got a good point while ago. Will he do it again? No, gives it to Padraig Boyle. Padraig Boyle, he will take a shot, and that's a great score by Padraig Boyle. 7 points to 6. 29 minutes gone. Anybody's game. Only 1 point in it as we head towards half time, but there will be added time for the injury in the first half. Kick out by Darragh O'Shea. Way over there to Jack O'Garty. Jack O'Garty to Brian O'Shanachon. Brian O'Shanachon making progress towards the middle of the field. We'll give it into the middle to Tommy Kennelly. Tommy Kennelly is still with the ball and he is fouled, but the referee says play on. Tommy Kennelly takes his shot in towards the goals. It will come to Padraig Harrington. Padraig Harrington. Padraig gets it out, and now it comes to Anthony O'Carroll. Anthony O'Carroll. The ball comes across now to Jack O'Sullivan, to Pod Costello. Pod Costello. Pod still holding up the ball as he heads towards the middle of the field. Nicely into Johnny Regan. Johnny Regan looking down the field. Might kick it down towards Mikey Boyle. Mikey Boyle and Jason, but it goes inside to Jack Golding. Jack Golding faced by Conor Kennelly. Goes around Conor Kennelly. Danger for Ballydonoghue. Jack Golding and hard tackling there. Play goes on. Or does it? The referee stops the play. Not sure what happened there, but some Ballydonoghue player is down injured. A break and play as we have hello to Cathal O'Mahony, to Bobby Onion and Padraig Onion out there in Dubai. Hope you will enjoy this DVD when you see it, maybe tomorrow morning. Another break and play as maybe it's Jason Foley that's down. No, it's not Jason. Is it Conor Kennelly? Not sure whether it's a free in or a free out. As now we have 31 minutes played. 7 points to Ballydonoghue, 6 to Ballyduff. Thirty-two minutes gone, and that wound up a free out to Ballydonoghue. Darragh O'Shea looking out the field. As Conor Kennelly is okay. We're in added time in the first half now. He will kick it across to the far side. And it looks like Denny Power. Denny Power, sub on for Ballydonoghue. Denny Power gets it back to Billy Foley, and danger for Ballydonoghue. Chance for Mikey Boyle. Mikey Boyle hit the post and just goes wide, or maybe the side netting. Let off for Ballydonoghue there. Just coming up to half time. That's how dangerous Ballyduff are when they get on the attack. Darragh O'Shea will take the kick out. 7 points for Ballydonoghue, 6 for Ballyduff. Peter Cotton still allows the play go on. 3 minutes overtime now, but there was a long injury to Padraig Harrington, and then one to Conor Kennelly while to go. Ballyduff getting on top just before half time now, and they get a free on the 45 metre line. A foul on Mikey O'Halloran, and Podge Boyle will try to level them up before half time. 45 metres out. Would be a good kick if he could get it from there. Oh, he kicks it back to Anthony O'Carroll. Anthony O'Carroll to Pod Costello. Pod Costello. Pod still with the ball. Back to Anthony O'Carroll. Anthony O'Carroll. Anthony making progress. Anthony O'Carroll has it out to Jack O'Sullivan. Jack will try a shot from there, and that's a good one, but it'll drop shot. Darragh O'Shea as Peter Curtin decides it's half time after 4 minutes of injury time. A very good first half. Evenly matched teams. Ballydonoghue lead 7 points to 6 here in Bobstack Park in Ballybunion. That's the story of the first half. 7 for Ballydonoghue, 6 points for Ballyduff. Back for the second half here in Ballybunion. Ballydonoghue 7 points, Ballyduff 6. Who can get to the final, or will it be a draw? If it is, it will go to a replay according to the programme. Brian O'Shanachon gone off the Ballydonoghue team with a hamstring injury, replaced by Danny Power. Therefore Tommy Kennelly moves to midfield, as does Anthony O'Carroll. For Ballyduff, Pod Costello must have gone to some other position. Can't see where Paul is. Right now he's in centre back, and Dara Sheehy as Peter Curtin about to throw in the ball. For the start of the second half, 7 points for Ballydonoghue, 6 for Ballyduff. Very even game of football, very clean, open game. Well refereed by Peter Curtin from Brosna. As we wait to throw in. Peter throws it in. And away they go. Ball breaks to Tommy Kennelly. Now moving out to midfield in place of Brian O'Shanachon. Tommy gives it back to Martin O'Mahony. Martin O'Mahony to Dara Sheehy. Being chased by Podge Boyle. Dara Sheehy turns back. Plays a nice ball out here to Jack Foley. Jack being faced by Patrick Borden. Jack still going with the ball. Chance for Ballydonoghue. Jack still going, and the referee's play go on. Comes Eamon Walsh. Eamon Walsh going through. Eamon still with the ball. That's a great score by Eamon Walsh. He had to work hard for that one. 40 seconds gone. Eamon Walsh. He had to work hard for that score and got another good one. Well, being well tackled by the Ballyduff defence. Ballyduff in last year's final and this year's semi-final. Ballydonoghue in the final last year and the semi-final this year. St. Sinnans in the final 2 years ago are in the final now. So they're the three most consistent teams around as the ball breaks to Jim Cremen. Ballydonoghue on top in the first minute of the second half to Tommy Kennelly. Tommy getting the ball to Dara Sheehy. Dara looks towards the goals. Might get it to Paul Kennelly. Well got by Paul. A chance of a point by Paul, and Paul tips it over the bar. Paul Kennelly, if my count is right, that's his 5th point of the game. Ballyduff have had no wide in this game, and Ballydonoghue have had just 2 wides. 1.5 minutes gone. Ballydonoghue 9, Ballyduff 6. As Padraig Harrington prepares to take the kick out. Padraig will kick it long. Up into the middle. Jack O'Sullivan goes up for it, and Tommy Kennelly broken by Tommy Kennelly to Dara Sheehy. Ballydonoghue moving again. Might come to Tommy Kennelly. It does. Tommy going right through. Pull down, and that's a free, and a chance for Ballydonoghue to go another point up. Paul Kennelly, 3 and 2, 5 points by my reckoning. Second half, not even 2 minutes old, and Ballydonoghue have a chance to add a 3rd point as the referee decides maybe to give a yellow card to Pod Costello. Yes, Pod Costello for that tackle, maybe, or that foul. It wasn't a bad one, but referee Peter Curtin deems it a yellow card. Jim Cremen got one in the first half as Paul Kennelly attempts to get his 6th point of this game. Almost 2.5 minutes gone. 9 points to 6. Will this be 10? It's high anyway, and it's... where is it? It's gone over the bar and over the net. The umpire had to look up. That was a very high kick from Paul and went out in the next field. Heading for the Irish College. As the referee plays held up now for another minute for injury to Philip Lucid. Philip, who got 2 points in the first half. 10 points to 6. Ballydonoghue after adding 3 points to their total in the space of 2 minutes. Paul Kennedy getting 2 and Eamon Walsh getting the other one. Philip Lucid is okay, and Padraig Harrington will take the kick out. Kicks it short to Pod Costello. Pod Costello doesn't pick it up the second time. Those shot kick outs can be dodgy, and Paul is back as far as the kick out came from now. Ballyduff under pressure. The ball got by Daniel O'Carroll, fouled, free out to Ballyduff. Daniel O'Carroll on to Paul O'Carroll. Paul O'Carroll being tackled by Tommy Kennelly. Gets past Tommy Kennelly. Gets it to Jack O'Sullivan. Jack O'Sullivan way over on the far side is Thomas Latry. Or is it Johnny Regan? Johnny Regan. A ball kicked down. And it's got by Jack Goulding. Jack Golding faced by Conor Kennelly. Still Jack Golding with his left leg will take a shot, and it's coming across dangerously across the goals, and it's gone wide. Ballyduff's first wide of this game. 4 minutes gone. Ballydonoghue 10, Ballyduff 6. That's Ballyduff's first wide, and Ballydonoghue had just 2. Unusual. Dara O'Shea was going to kick it quickly, changes his mind, and he might kick it long, or might try and find Micheál Foley or Martin O'Mahony. Up they go for it, breaks down, but Martin O'Mahony breaks it down to Micheál Foley. Micheál Foley trying to make progress, being tackled and pulled down. Being pulled down. Free to Ballydonoghue, right in front of the stand. The referee Peter Curtin going back down because Ballyduff player injured down there. 5 minutes gone in the second half of the Kerry Championship semi-final. The Battle of the Bees, Ballydonoghue and Ballyduff. Who will be in the final, or will it be a draw? Paul O'Carroll is alright, as Dara Sheehy will take the free. Dara was going to kick it back. Dara looking for somebody to kick it to. Nobody loose at the moment. Peter Curtin blows the whistle. Dara Sheehy, and he kicks the ball onto Eamon Walsh. Eamon makes his run. Nicely done by Eamon Walsh. Kicked onto us. Jack Foley and Patrick Morden. Jack Foley and Patrick Morden. A ball got by Pod Costello. Pod playing centre half back now. Played a lot of the ball in the first half. Crossing the midfield. Gives it to Anthony O'Carroll. Anthony O'Carroll to number 19 for Ballyduff is Chris White. Didn't see him come on. How is it? Number 9. Sorry, it's Jack O'Sullivan. Jack O'Sullivan to Jack Golding. Jack Golding going around Conor Kennelly. Conor getting back. Jack will take a shot with his right foot this time, and he's at a point. That's a great score by Jack Golding. That's his second point of this game. After 6 minutes. 7 points for Ballyduff, 10 for Ballydonoghue. Still all to play for. Dara O'Shea. If you're wondering, Brian O'Shanachon has gone off the Ballydonoghue team, being replaced by Denny Power. Kick out into the middle, might come to Jim Crimmin. Jim still touching with Daniel O'Carroll. Jim Crimmin pushed in the back, free to Ballydonoghue. Eamon Walsh. Very few players in the Ballydonoghue half of the field right now. As Tommy Kennedy looks down the field. Only Jack Foley and Paul Kennedy down there. It's a free to Ballydonoghue. Tommy will take it quickly to Martin O'Mahony. Ballydonoghue have a chance to move it now. All the Pod Costello playing like a sweeper inside there. Eamon Walsh. Eamon going nice sidestep by Eamon. Still going with the ball. Eamon Walsh gives it back to Billy Foley. Billy Foley to Dara Sheehy to Paul Kennelly. Ball hops awkwardly, but Paul gets it out to Jack Gogarty. A chance of a point for Jack. Jack still going and kicks it over the bar. Good score by Jack Gogarty. Ballydonoghue 11, Ballyduff 7. 8 minutes gone in the second half. As we look at the scoreboard, 11 to Ballydonoghue, 7 to Ballyduff. Good lively game of football as Padraig Harrington takes the kick out, kicks it long into the middle of the field. Pod Costello will go through with Dara Sheehy. The ball will break. Got by Johnny Regan. Johnny's fouled, free to Ballyduff. Pod Costello. And the referee tells him take it back. Pod Costello looking down the field. That was Jack Golding. Breaks off Jack Golding, but he might get it again. Jack Golding and Jack Behan. Jack Golding has it. Jack is fouled, but the referee has play go on to Philip Lucid. Philip Lucid back to Jack Golding. Jack is going right through. That should be a point, and it's just gone wide. Hard luck on Jack Golding. Ballyduff only their second wide in this game. 11 points to 7. 9 minutes gone in the second half. Dara O'Shea picks it out the far side of the field. Got by Danny Power. Danny Power into Jack Gogarty, who scored Ballydonoghue last point. Jack Gogarty crossing the middle of the field. Dara Sheehy in front of him. Dara Sheehy. Back to Eamon Walsh. Eamon crossing the 45. Paced by 3 or 4 Ballyduff players now, but gets it to Paul Kennedy. Paul, can he get it up? Right side Thomas Latry. Paul might get it. Nice flick up by Paul. Pod Costello coming to tackle him. Paul still got a ball. Looking for somebody. Eamon Walsh coming to help him. Back to Paul Kennedy. Paul 30 metres out. Trying to look like a foul, but the referee has play go on and it's gone wide. But will the referee bring it back? He will. It looked like a foul. Well, that's what the advantage rule was brought in for. Paul took a shot, but the referee had his hand up and it's a free. A difficult enough free. Maybe it will be taken by... Will it be taken by Paul Kennelly or maybe Tommy Kennelly? And down injured at the moment is Dara Sheehy. 10 minutes gone. 11 points for Ballydonoghue. No goal in this game. 7 for Ballyduff. Now it's Paul Kennedy that was down injured. Difficult to see from where we are. But anyway, Paul. He has already scored 6 points in this game. As we pass the 10th minute mark. This would be a good score if he could get it from that angle. No, it doesn't. It goes away over across the goal, but it might be got by Jack Behan. He has a chance of a point, and Jack Behan kicks it over the bar. That's his first score in this game. Jack Behan. Ballydonoghue 12, Ballyduff 7. Much improved Ballydonoghue side in the second half, but Ballyduff are not out of this yet. Remember last year the semi-final against Listowel, they got 3 goals to defeat Listowel, who were well in the lead. The ball with Anthony O'Carroll. It comes all the way back to Jack O'Sullivan. Back to Paul O'Carroll, or Anthony O'Carroll. Anthony crossing into the middle of the field. Pod Costello making a run from the back. Pod Costello about to be tagged by Tommy Kennelly. Still with the ball is Pod Costello. Still being chased by Tommy Kennelly. That's it down to Jack Golding, but back to Denny Power. Back covering. Might give it to the goalkeeper. Dara O'Shea, he does. Dara Sheehy, he's out there. But he doesn't break away again. Denny Power, who won that ball on the other side, made good progress. And Micheál Foley's out here on his own if Eamon Walsh would see him. Eamon still decides to go the other way. And Eamon loses the ball, but picked up again by Eamon. He won it back after losing it. Get to the Jason Foley. 12 minutes gone in the second half. It looks like a foul. It is a foul on Jack Behan. Pushing it back. Free to Ballydonoghue. Only 2 Ballydonoghue forwards, so way up in their own half of the field. Free. Dara Sheehy. 12 points to 7. 12 minutes gone in the second half. The ball's gone back to Jason Foley. To Dara Sheehy. Might come to Eamon Walsh. Eamon playing away out from the corner forward position and playing a good game. That's the ball back. Not sure what the crowd were roaring about there, but the ball is anyway with Dara Sheehy. Micheál Foley. Micheál still, and the referee penalises him for overholding, and it's a free to Ballyduff, and the referee now brings it 10 yards. Yes, it's a free to Ballyduff. The ball being brought forward. Temper slightly afraid there. It'll calm down. 12 points to 7. And somebody is down at the other end of the field, down in the Ballydonoghue goal, and the umpire is calling the referee. As the referee speaks to Micheál Foley. What's he going to do? He gives Micheál a yellow card, and the Ballydonoghue player down inside in the goals, and he also gives Padraig Boyle a yellow card. Right? Don't know who's down there, but the referee hasn't seen it yet as we approach the 14th minute. 12 points to Ballydonoghue, 7 points to Ballyduff. and can't be sure who's down inside in the goals. As the referee decides to give a yellow card to somebody else now. Or, not sure did he, but now he's going down to the goals. One of his umpires had his hand up, whatever happened down there. And it's Tommy Kennelly maybe that was down injured. Peter Curtin refereeing this game quite well, consulting his umpires about some incident down there. And be sure what it was about. 15 minutes gone. 12 points to 7 as we look down to the goals. Peter Curtin still speaking to his umpires. It's a big hold up in the game now. Peter from Boston, the club that are bringing out a club history shortly, so the best to look to them with their club history as Peter Curtin decides there's nothing to be done there anyway, and it's a free. Pod Costello will take the free after all that. 15.5 minutes gone. That's a good case. Padraig Boyle takes it, and that's a great score by Padraig Boyle. Padraig Boyle, good shot from way out the field. His second point of the game after 16 minutes. 8 points for Ballyduff, 12 for Ballydonoghue. Darragh O'Shea with the kick out. And a sub coming on, the Ballyduff team. Right now, going off is Mikey O'Halloran. Not sure who came on, it might be Sean Costello. Sean Costello is on, so too is Aidan Boyle. Aidan Boyle, 3 Boyles on the forward line now. Going off is Johnny Regan. As Darragh O'Shea takes the kick out. Still anybody's game as Micheál Foley has a chance to Ballydonoghue break up the field. That ball broke loose. Micheál gives it to Eamon Walsh. Eamon Walsh back to Darragh Sheehy. Darragh Sheehy, a good ball over to Jack Gogarty. Jack Gogarty to Jim Crimmin. Jim left footed, and that's going to go wide. Ballydonoghue's third wide of the game. Kick out by Padraig Harrington. "14 minutes left in this game. 14 minutes for one or either of these sides to get to the North Kerry final on the 9th of December against St. Senans. Kick out by Padraig Harrington. Tommy Kennelly going up for it. Martin O'Mahony goes up for it. It breaks awkwardly, but Darragh Sheehy, Darragh played a lot of the ball today to Darragh Sheehy. Makes good use of it every time, looking to see who he'll give it to this time. A nice ball into Jack Foley. Jack, a chance of a score for Jack Foley. Still going with it, Jack Foley. Can he get a left footed shot in? Kicks it low, and that's Ballydonoghue's second wide of the half. Still 12 points to 8. As Padraig Harrington takes his umpteenth kick out in this game. Ballydonoghue have 12 points and 4 wide, so that's at least 16 kick-outs that Padraig has taken, and maybe 1 or 2 frees thrown in. Padraig will kick it out into the middle of the field. Tommy Kennelly will go up for it, but it's well caught by Paul O'Carroll. Paul O'Carroll runs his mark. Ballyduff still in this game. Ball is got over there by Podge Boyle. Podge Boyle will kick it long and high, maybe looking for Mikey Boyle. Up they go for it. All broken down by Jason Foley. Jason Foley, but going out for it is Mikey Boyle. Mikey Boyle back to Jack Golding. Jack Golding still with the ball, takes a shot from a difficult angle, and that is over the bar. Jack Golding, his third point of the game. 18 minutes gone, 1 goal in it. Ballyduff 9 points, Ballydonoghue 12. As Darragh O'Shea will hesitate to kick out. Conor Kennelly might be down injured. Peter Curtin talking to him. 19 minutes gone. 12 points to 9. Who can win this game now. Ballydonoghue without their midfielder, Brian O'Shannacoin, who was very influential in the Brosna game. Dara O'Shea kicks it towards Micheál Foley. Martin O'Mahony goes up, breaks it down to Mitch Foley. Mitch going back with the ball, looking for somebody to pass it to. Gets it to Tommy Kennelly. Tommy Kennelly, that's a foul free to Ballydonoghue. Daniel O'Carroll may get a card for that. Probably a yellow card for Daniel O'Carroll as a free to Ballydonoghue. Almost 20 minutes gone. Second half, yellow card for Daniel O'Carroll as Tommy Kennelly will give it back to Martin O'Mahony. Martin O'Mahony looking to Jim Cremin. Jim Cremin trying to get out of trouble to Eamon Walsh. Nicely done. Eamon making progress, heading for the 45. Still going, being chased by Daniel O'Carroll. Eamon still going. Somebody inside him is it's Dara Sheehy, and it's saved on the line by Thomas Latry, but Danny Powers a chance. Danny kicks it, it's saved again by Padraig Harrington and brought out by Anthony O'Carroll, and Ballyduff survive. Ballyduff survived that. And the ball now with Philip Lucid to Jack Golding. Ballyduff still well in this game. Kicked across the field. Podge Boyle and Mitch Foley. Broken down by Mitch Foley. Martin O'Mahony. And Martin wins the race. And Martin being tackled by Podge Boyle. Gives it to Paul Kennelly. Paul Kennelly with the ball. Hard tackling now as the game goes on. Dara Sheehy back to Paul Kennelly. Paul crossing the 45. Paul got any power, so he might shoot himself for a point. Oh, it's a wayward shot from Paul. He's entitled to one. He has scored 6 points in this game. Ballydonoghue, half chance of a goal, a minute ago, a chance of a point there. Still the score remains 12 points to 9 as Peter Curtin decides maybe to give a yellow card to Jack Behan for some reason now. Yellow card to Jack Behan. 21 minutes gone. As Padraig Harrington is down injured in the goals. $12 points to 9. 8 minutes left, not including injury time or added time. Padraig was down in the first half as well. Who can Ballydonoghue hold on? Can Ballyduff get a draw out of this, or even come back and win it? Next 8 minutes will tell. Ballydonoghue were unlucky there, not maybe to get a goal, but then good save by Padraig Harrington. This was off actually. Padraig Harrington okay. 23 minutes gone. 12 points to 9. Padraig kicks it out. Up they go for it. Well won by Jack O'Sullivan. Jack. Ball brought forward by the referee. Pod Costello now. Pod looking down the field, but kicks it short. Kicks it short to Jack O'Sullivan. Jack O'Sullivan to Sean Costello, who's come on as a sub. Sean kicks it long. Dangerous ball dropping into the goals. Who's got it? Mikey Boyle might have it. Play goes on. That's a penalty. A penalty to Ballyduff. You'd see yourself, not too sure, but Mikey Boyle did seem to have the ball. This could be a major turning point. Penalty for Ballyduff. Score it on their level. Yet another injured player. In the 24th minute of the game. A goal here for Ballyduff would put them level. Big responsibility on the penalty taker, whoever that will be. Ballydonoghue player down injured, not too sure who it is. Referee Peter Curtin down there, adamant that it's a penalty. Or Is it Martin O'Mahony's in the goals there? I'm not too sure. He did signal the penalty. Well, Martin is maybe just talking to Dara O'Shea and the Ballydonoghue player getting up. There will be a lot of injury time in this game. 25 minutes gone. Who is lining up to take the penalty? Mitch Foley is up. He's okay. And it's Podge Boyle. Podge Boyle, who has already scored 2 points in this game, to take the penalty. Dara O'Shea facing him. A decisive moment in this game. A goal for Ballyduff would bring them level. A save would be high encouragement for Ballydonoghue. We'll know in the next few seconds. Podge Boyle in the 26th minute of the game, but there have been a number of stoppages. 12 points to 9 as Podge Boyle faces Dara O'Shea to bring Ballyduff right back into this game. Here he comes. And a goal! A brilliant goal by Podge Boyle, and the sides are level. 1 goal and 9 points for Ballyduff. 12 points for Ballydonoghue. Whose game is it now? 27 minutes gone. Some other bit of an incident there. I don't know what happened there with a Ballyduff player down injured. He's up, he's alright. Or is he? Peter Curtin, the referee. This game is a bit stop-start in the last 5 minutes now. As Peter Curtin comes over to his linesman, Jordy O'Carroll. Jack Golding might be down injured. Peter Curtin decides to go to the other side to Coleman Flaherty, the linesman over there. Nothing major, it appears. Oh, he's going to his umpires. Just referee has to do his job, but the only thing, the game is held up. Stop start now. The sides are level. But this isn't a draw. Whatever it is, it'll be a replay next Sunday, I think. Dara O'Shea, 28 minutes gone. Dara O'Shea kicks it out. Who can win it now? High to the middle of the field. Up they go. The ball with Mitch Foley. Mitch is fouled. Ballydonoghue have the ball. A free. And the referee. Free to Ballydonoghue. Peter Curtin, that's what he did at the beginning. Kicks it across to Billy Foley. Billy Foley crossing the middle of the field right now. Gives it to Dara Sheehy. Can Ballydonoghue manufacture a score from this attack? Mitch Foley with the ball. Mitch. And the ball's knocked away from him. Knocked away from him. Ballyduff have it. And it's Paul O'Carroll. Paul O'Carroll. To Thomas Latry. To Paul Costello. Back to Paul O'Carroll. Paul O'Carroll. Ballyduff in possession as we head for the 29th minute. The ball over there with Anthony O'Carroll, the captain. Anthony crossing the middle of the field. That comes back to Thomas Latry. Thomas Latry to Pod Costello. Pod Costello, 12 points for Ballydonoghue, 1-9 for Ballyduff. Next score could be vital as Anthony O'Carroll with the ball. Anthony will turn back to Sean Costello. Sean Costello, Jack Foley. That's a trip by Jack Foley. Possibly a yellow card. A trip by Jack Foley. As we approach the 30th minute. Yellow. It's a black card, I think. Black card for Jack Foley. So Ballydonoghue can bring in somebody at the next break of play, but not for the moment. 12 points to 1-9. 30 minutes are up, but they will be added time by referee Peter Curtin. Plenty of time for maybe one of these sides to get the winner. The ball with Paul Costello out in the middle of the field. As it's getting dark this year, and Paul Costello crossing the 45, gets it back to Philip Lucid. Philip lobs it in high. Dangerous high ball. The last one that went in, Ballyduff got a penalty. What will happen this time? Ball breaks. Number 7, Daniel O'Carroll. Ballyduff lead. Ballyduff lead. Daniel O'Carroll. The ball broke. Last high ball that went in resulted in a penalty. 30 seconds in overtime now. Can Ballyduff get the equaliser? Eamon Walsh with the ball. Eamon Walsh gets the free. Eamon Walsh kicks it out to Denny Power. Denny Power. Jason Foley making a great run. Jason Foley, a chance for Ballydonoghue to get the equaliser. Jason Foley, nobody with him. Jason Foley back to Dara Sheehy. Dara, will he try for the equaliser? He will, but a drop shot. It hit the post. Hit the post. They're still playing away, and it's gone wide. Gone wide. 1 minute into injury time. Well, not maybe just close to a minute into injury time. Ballydonoghue chance of the equaliser there. Does come off the post. Patrick Harrington. Ballyduff player number 4, Patrick Morton, down injured. 12 points for Ballydonoghue, 110 for Ballyduff. 2 minutes into injury time, whatever time is left. Well, into the second minute of injury time, I should say, and there's more injury time now. Patrick Morton. So will Ballyduff be playing St. Sinnans on the 9th of December, or can Ballydonoghue get an equaliser out of this? Patrick Morton is okay. Victor Curtin looking at his watch and probably adding some time for that. As Patrick Harrington will kick it out. Possession will be vital here as we're into the second minute of injury time. Pick out the far side of the field. Jack Behan might get this ball. Well won by Jack Behan. Jack Behan to Paul Kennelly. Ballydonoghue still have a chance. Paul Kennelly cutting in along the sideline of the end line. Paul still going. Paul, he's fouled. It's a free in. Free in. This game could end in a draw. We'll have to do it all over again. Well, if it does, Ballydonoghue will be getting out of jail because we're in injury time. And a chance for Paul Kennedy. There may be more time after this, but can't be sure. 1 goal and 10 for Ballyduff. The goal from a penalty by Padraig Boyle. He also scored 2 points. Paul Kennedy has got 6 for Ballydonoghue. This would be his 7th, and it would be vital, and it would maybe send this game to replay. Paul Kennedy, here he comes. High, and it's over the bar. The sides are level. Peter Cotton looks at his watch again as Patrick Harrington will take the kick out. Will there be a winner, or will there be another day? He's looking at both watches. Peter Cotton. Lets the play go. No, he doesn't. It's all over here in Ballyduff, or in Ballybunion, sorry. Bobstack Park. 110 to Ballyduff. 13 points to Ballydonoghue. Replay, presumably next Sunday. Not sure. I'll have to do it all over again. So we hope you enjoy this DVD brought by our cameraman as usual, Tim O'Connor, and me, Robert Bunyan, as people go away from Ballybunion and have to come back for another day. The final score, 110 for Ballyduff, 13 points for Ballydonoghue. That's the story from Ballybunion.